Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Soulja Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Okay, so today you guys we just gonna be going over like the basics of marksmanship, so you guys can be able to shoot better. Uh, just the basic fundamentals of shooting. Make sure you guys stay tuned to this video. Okay, you guys. So first of all, welcome to Pod Turbo Day 22. This is Pod Turbo Day 22, you guys. Haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, you can email me at this email right here. Okay, you guys. So we're going over the basic fundamentals of marksmanship. So basic fundamentals of how to shoot. It's a lot of soldiers that might need to know this because they might have a hard time at the range and just basically need to know the fundamentals to get better, right? Because a lot of people don't even know the fundamentals. They think they just can go out there and shoot. Some people are just good at shooting, but in order to be good at something, you have to know the fundamentals, right? Once you master those fundamentals, you'll be good to go. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna go over is aiming, right? So a lot of people aim different. A lot of people use iron sights, a lot of people use CCOs or ACOGs, right? So they might use these different things to make them aim better. But me personally, I always use iron sights. I don't know why. I just feel like someone who shoots with iron sights can really shoot. You know, uh no, not no mean no nothing, no not I ain't got nothing against people who use you know CCOs or ACOGs, right? So what we gonna do is talk about iron sights and how to get better with that. Well, it's the same thing, but you want to focus. You still gonna have to focus on these four fundamentals, regardless of whatever you using, right? So your sight. So the first thing is aiming. So we're gonna talk about the sight picture. So sight picture, right? And they tell you gotta aim center mass, right? So aiming center mass, you guys. This is how it looks when you aim in center mass. Hold on one second. Okay. So when you aim in center mass, guys, this is how it looks right here. So when you're looking at the target, you want the target to look exactly like this through iron sights or whatever or however you aiming, right? You want it to look exactly like this every time you get ready to fire a shot. And this is how your sight picture is supposed to be. So my sight picture, everybody is different, but this is center mass, what I'm showing you guys right here. My sight picture is a little bit higher than this, but this is what you want to look for. This is what you want to look for right here. So uh that's the sight picture. This is what you want to be looking at each and every time you're about to fire the weapon. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about breathing. So breathing, when you get ready to shoot, you guys, you want to fire your shot at the natural respiratory pause. So when you get ready to fire your shot, you want to fire at when you when you take that deep breath and when you exhaling and then you get all the way to the bottom of your exhale, that's when you want to fire your shot. It's gonna eliminate a lot of movement. when you're about to fire your shot. So breathing is important, you guys. So remember what I say, you want to fire your shot at the natural respiratory pause. That's when you take that breath, fire. Take that another breath, fire. That's when you want to fire your shot at the bottom of that respiratory pause within like 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna get at is trigger squeeze, you guys. So trigger squeeze is important. Uh and trigger squeeze, you don't want to, when you firing the shot, you don't want to buck and try to, you don't want to buck while you firing your shot. So don't buck, don't flinch, you know, don't anticipate the shot. Don't anticipate the shot, you guys. You know, I know a lot of people, they get anxious when they put in the trigger and they want to anticipate that shot. So don't focus on that. Focus on your trigger squeeze and just squeezing the trigger. You know, that's all you worrying about, squeezing the trigger. You know, not worried about no recoil. You're not worried about how it's gonna feel or none of that. No hesitation at all. So you want to fire that shot. You want your trigger squeeze. You need to try not to buck, try not to flinch, try not to anticipate the shot, and don't hesitate when you shoot. Try not to hesitate. So that's what I got on trigger squeeze. And it's like, so that's what I got on trigger squeeze, you guys. Last thing is to follow through, right? So the follow through is, you want to also follow through with your trigger squeeze. So when you firing the shot, don't tap it like that. Don't tap it. Don't tap it. When you trigger squeeze, you want to follow through with your trigger squeeze all the way through and hold it tight. So each shot, you want to fire it and hold it. Fire it and hold it. Don't tap it. Don't tap it, because that kind of cause kind of like bucking and flinching. You don't want to do that. So follow all the way through and hold it tight. So the last thing would be the follow through, you guys. So follow through, you want to limit your movement. So that's when you fire your weapon, you want to hold on tight all the way to that round leaves the weapon, right? So when that round leaves the weapon, you want to be as still as possible until the round is gone. You know, don't move real quick before the shot goes off. Don't move real quick while you squeezing the trigger. You want to, everything needs to be still until your round is out the weapon. And then as far as recoil recovery, so recoil, some people might be afraid of recoil or something like that, or how the weapon feels. But recoil, your recoil recovery, only thing you do as far as recoil recovery is you want to hold a weapon tight against you, tight as possible against you, right? So the tighter you hold it is the less recoil is going to be. So if you're holding it tight, you want to fire the weapon, pow, and then you want to hold it super tight. That's how you want to hold it. You know what I mean? You want to hold it and don't flinch, don't do none of that. Okay, that's pretty much what I got, you guys. And as you doing those things, you got to worry about all those things in a circle. All of it gonna go in a circle. You're aiming, breathing, trigger squeeze, shooting. Aiming, breathing, trigger squeeze, shooting. So as you were thinking about each one of these in order, every time you fire that shot, you think about the next aim back on to the sight, to the sight picture, breathing, trigger squeeze, follow through. It's gonna go in a cycle and a cycle. Every time you fire that weapon, you think about the first fundamental, which is back on the aim and coming back center mass, you guys. So that's pretty much everything I got as far as shooting. It's more details into it, but I just want to make sure you guys get the basics and to help you guys get better. So that's all I got for today, you guys. This has been another episode of Soulja Talk the Podcast, and I'll see you guys in formation.